Now, if you think back to the late 80s and early 90s, could the Chicago Bulls really have had the kind of extraordinary success that they had in that time without an amazing coach like Phil Jackson? A question that coaches get asked all the time is, why do I need a coach? For what? Now, when we think about professional athletics, the fact that you need a coach, whether you're doing a group sport or an individualized sport like track and field, is a given. Nobody challenges that. You just know that in order to have a good team perform excellently, you need an excellent coach. Now, in 11 Rings, Phil Jackson, in his latest memoir, made an attempt to try and answer that question as to why teams really needed a coach and how he was able to coach that team from being really good to being phenomenal, because they were a phenomenon in the 90s. And what he used was some really unconventional strategies. So, for example, he actually asked Michael Jordan to reduce his game score point average from the outset, which seems counterintuitive, because why would you want your star player to underperform? But really, he knew that he was such a star, he knew that Jordan was such a star that he really needed him to pull back a bit so that the excellence of the entire team could rise to such a level where everybody could be excellent and ultimately resulting in the kind of phenomenal status that they arrived at. Now, when we think about coaching in a corporate setting, it's really kind of similar to team-based coaching, in that you're working as a coach with an organization and you're helping that business meet their goals. So be that new lines of business, be that increasing their profits, anything like that is along the lines of what an executive coach or a corporate coach would work with a client to try and achieve. So to get more concrete, a corporate coach might work with leaders to try and help them be aware of some toxic qualities that they may have that are part of their leadership style, help them self-reflect on that and help them correct that and help them really strengthen aspects of their leadership style that are more nourishing. Similarly, a corporate coach would work with staff to help staff work more cohesively together to ensure that any latent sources of really great potential among staff are being maximized. Those are all things that a corporate coach might do. Now, when people think about coaching, they don't tend to think about corporate coaching. They tend to think about personal development or life coaching. And that's a little bit different in the sense that a coach is going to be working one-on-one with a client to help that client meet their personal and professional goals, whatever those goals might be for the client. Now, people often get this confused with cognitive behavioral therapy. So lots of people will ask me like, oh, you're a coach, is that like, does that mean you're a shrink? No, it does not mean you're a shrink at all. Coaching and therapists' work looks very, very different. So a therapist more often than not is going to be looking back in the past and trying to unearth emotional concerns and work through those concerns and seek a diagnosis. The relationship between a coach and a client is a little bit more collegial, a little less formal in nature. And basically the coach is leading that client through facilitating really strategic conversations with that client to help them achieve their personal and professional goals. So a coach can really help you find answers to nagging questions that you might have, that you might be asking your girlfriend, and really your girlfriend can help you answer those questions like, how can I find more meaning in what I'm doing? How can I live a more stress-free life? How can I feel more happy in my day-to-day work? Those are some of the kind of questions that is in the realm of coaching. So I'm going to use myself as a case in point. There was a time in my career as a public health consultant where there was a lull in the work. So I had a lot of extra time on my hands and I was a little bit bored and I didn't have kids at that time, and I said to myself, well, I have all this time and what do I need to do? Let me go ahead and self-educate, right? Because I have nothing to do, so let me go ahead and get some more education. So what I did was I actually took courses, took training, got certified to be a real estate agent. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I really had no business becoming a real estate agent. Like, there's nothing about my gifts, talents, skills, nothing about my personality that would lead anybody to say like, yes, Tajan, you should really be a real estate agent. You'd be great at that. So needless to say, I didn't last too long doing that. But when I look back at that and think, really, if I had had a good coach at that time who would have led me through some strategic conversations about what my real interests were, what my real ambitions were, what my real passions were, then it would have been clear to me and the coach that thinking about this real estate agent thing would really have not been the best next step for me in my career pathway. That would have saved me time, that would have saved me money, that would have saved me energy. So really working with a coach is helping you make that kind of transformation that you actually want to make, but working with a coach is just a catalyst to that transformation. They're just going to help you get there faster than you could on your own. Now, with that kind of outcome, who would deny that investment? So if you want to learn more about what it means to have a coach, come check out tajanrenderis.com. There's a lot of information there about coaching. Also, if you want to give the gift of coaching sessions to somebody this season, again, check out tajanrenderis.com. You can sign up for coaching packages, and I'm right now offering 2 free exploratory sessions in addition to as part of the package. So go to tajanrenderis.com, sign up, and also leave me a comment about this vlog, and feel free to share this with anybody who you think it would resonate with. So until next time, take care, guys.